You know, why would someone study the Bible for a whole year? Why would they study for 2, 3, 4 years and give their time, their energy, their giving up finances to study the Bible? Is it because the Bible is the most widely read book in the world today? Is it because it's still the best-selling book today? Is it because it's actually the most stolen book today? Is it because that it's been put into 1,658 different languages? Well, the New Testament has, from its original 3 languages. You know, surely this should gather some intrigue of a book that has been banned from 52 countries in the world today as being dangerous material. And yet countries and cultures and villages that esteem and open this book actually flourish, become more than human. I walked into a school office not so long back and saw this big picture of Buddha on the wall, and underneath was a plagiarized piece of scripture straight out of the words of Jesus. And it's the word that has been borrowed from every other religion, that we should treat others as we would like to be treated ourselves. The golden rule of all ages is found right there in the lips of Jesus. Actually was written originally over a span of 2,000 years by 40 different authors, even though it has only one author. From kings to farmers, to over 3 different continents, it was gathered together under those circumstances, but yet from stories of past and present, of readers and of writers who never even knew each other. But yet when it comes together, it makes one story. What is it about this book that you wouldn't want to study a whole year? It's like no other piece of literature that has ever been written. Maybe we're about to celebrate the story of Christmas, but actually in the original Christmas, and it actually wasn't called Christmas, but on that day when Christ was born, if we go back 700 years and just zip back up to where Jesus was born, in that period, there were more than, well, actually, I'll tell you exactly what there were. There were 456 prophetic predictions written down about this Messiah, this Jesus, this Christ that would appear, about his star, about the shepherds, about Bethlehem, about his heritage, about what he would do, how he would live, what he would say, his disciples. And, you know, if we were, I'm not going to bore you with maths here because it's not my favorite subject. But if we were to work out and fathom what would 456 predictions to come true, all of them to come true, and all of them did come true, how? That would be 1 to 10 to the 32nd power. That's 10 with 32 sets of zeros after it. Friends, that's impossible. But yet that's the Bible. That's the book. That's just the Gospels, friends. I think it's worth maybe not just doing, but maybe 2 years of study. And then this is the bit that gets me in the heart, is that then there was these writers, persecuted writers, writing to persecuted readers. And what was it that they gave their lives over and over in those Roman Colosseums, being thrown to the lions under severe persecution? And today that hasn't stopped. Just depends on what lucky country you live in. But why do people do this? And it was simply because our history books agree. Not just the Bible, there was a Jesus and he hung on a cross, had a Roman punishment. We believe he did that because he had us in mind. We believe that he loved us and he has a plan for our lives. But there are a group of people that have gone before. And there's also a group of people in this room sitting over there that don't just believe that Jesus rose from the dead because of some mad believers way back in centuries ago, but they've actually experienced the Jesus. When you begin to read this book, you begin to realize that he is alive, that he still is working, he still is speaking, he still is moving, and he still has a purpose for our lives. And so I want to say that is definitely worth giving a year of your life to study that book. And so I want to commend these students that have so given their time, their effort, their energy to open this book. And as they opened it, it wasn't just the learning of these incredible scriptures, but it was the fact that when you know Jesus, when you start to read about him, he walks into the room, he walks off the pages, he walks into your heart, and it's called transformation. So I see Bible College is about transformation, lives that do not remain the same. So listen, don't take my word for it. I'm going to invite 3 students. I'm going to invite William, Joel, and Margaret to come and tell you their story of transformation.